Hi guys, my name is Laree and welcome to my beginner sewer series. We are now in video 4 of this 4-part series. If you have not seen the first 3, they are located in a playlist. You can catch up on them there. But today we are going to learn how to sew seam allowance. Welcome to my channel. My name is Laree and I am the owner of Sew Into It Lessons. I teach kids and adults how to sew. Let me know in the comments below if sewing a straight line is something that you have difficulty with. For so many, that's tough. Staying in a straight line, keeping that seam allowance. If you've ever sewn anything and by the time you got to the end, you looked, your line was kind of doing this number, like across your fabric, don't feel bad. It happens. In this video though, I'm gonna give you some of my tools, some of my practical strategies that I use for helping to keep myself on that seam allowance. Now, I'll give you one strategy here before we get into the video. One thing that can really help when you're just starting and you're trying to get that eye coordination, hand-eye coordination, using masking tape or washi tape is really helpful. You take that tape and you put it right down over the line that you need to stay on. You can even mark the tape to let you know what that particular seam allowance is. There's another method with masking tape that I suggest, and for this you want to make sure that the feed dogs are down, so use the hand wheel so that you have an even surface across the throat plate. And you're just going to take your ruler and extend those seam allowance lines all the way past the throat plate and onto the machine itself. Those are 2 ways that can also help you visually keep your eye on the mark. But let's go ahead and get into it. This is sewing with seam allowance. The first line that we're going to stitch is a 5/8 inch line. The 5/8 inch line is what is a measurement that you're going to find mostly in commercial sewing. So that means if you use a sewing pattern from the store, if you buy one, this is the measurement that they're going to use. So I'm going to align the edge of my fabric right on that 5/8 inch line. And then my goal is to stabilize my fabric and steer it if I have to in order to stay right on that line. So the part that we're really paying attention to is the part of the fabric that is in line with our needle. Whatever we're sewing right here in this area, that is what we want to make sure is lined up and is staying on that 1/2 inch mark right in here. So this is where I'm going to keep my eyes. I'm looking at the edge of my fabric and I'm looking at this line right here in this area. Let's keep going. So again, be sure to focus on the edge of this fabric and this line. Don't get too distracted by the needle that's going up and down, because you might look at your fabric again and notice that you have sewn completely off of the mark. So keep your eye on the edge of the fabric and the measurement that you are sewing. And we'll go ahead and take this off. And we'll go to our 3/8 inch line, our last practice line. So that is a pretty small stitch right down here. And as always, we're going to keep our eye right here in this area on the edge of the fabric and that line, and we're going to sew. So guys, as I'm sewing, I do notice that I need to adjust a little bit as I go. So I am gently, very gently moving my fabric in the direction that it needs to go in order to stay on this line. And also, I am not pushing my fabric. My dog feet are actually pulling the fabric through. I'm just steering it along. Made it all the way through this 4-part beginner sewing series. Please leave a comment down below. Let me know, where did you start in this 4-part series and where have you ended? If these videos were helpful to you, please go ahead and give them a thumbs up. Guys, there are more helpful videos coming to you in the future. So if you are not already hanging out with me on YouTube, if you're not already subscribed, go ahead and subscribe so that you don't miss another video. And also, if you're not hanging out with me on Instagram, you can find me at Sew Into It Lessons. I share all sorts of things from sewing tips to what's on my table, what I'm sewing that day or what I'm doing. So come and hang out with me there and yeah, continue on this sewing journey. Alrighty guys, I hope to sew with you soon and I will see you in the next video. Bye.